For all the latest community news and events.
103.2 Preston FM.
Your community, your radio.
My guests in the studio now from the Harris Museum, of course, a very, very popular Harris Museum here in the centre of Preston. So wherever you're listening in the world, if you don't know Preston too well, then go to the search engine and put the Harris Museum in the search engine, and then you can find out what we're talking about on now the beautiful building Harris Museum here in Preston. And in the studio it's Victoria Todd and Jaz Kaur. So a very good afternoon to you both.
Good afternoon to you too.
Lovely to meet.
Yes, and you. Thank you for having us.
And October, I mean, one thing about the Harris Museum is there's always so many interactive things happening whenever throughout the year, but October coming up to half term for schools, I would imagine gearing up for lots of things for October and towards Christmas. So what are some of the pleasures that people can come and encounter at the Harris then?
Well, we're from the library, part of the building, and we've actually got a really special event on this Friday as well, which is the 10th of October. We've got Francesca Milliken-Slater coming in, and she's going to be doing a one-woman performance. It lasts about 25 minutes, and it's all based on letters that a lady called Helen wrote when she was in the First World War, all about rationing and her fiancé, and she was a farmer's daughter, and it's an absolutely fantastic show. So there's 3 shows on throughout the day. So, we hope people will come along to that.
And that's this Friday?
This Friday, yeah. We've got shows at 11 o'clock, at 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. And it's £2 for a ticket.
Right.
Yeah.
So is she a local lady who's coming along to read the letters? Because that does sound very, very interesting.
It was commissioned by Shropshire Archives, actually.
Right.
And yeah, it's the piece is based on letters sent between 6 different Shropshire women during the First World War. So yeah, she's coming to us to do a special performance.
So of course this year especially is so poignant to have that at the Harris Museum.
Yes.
And some of the other things that are happening?
Yeah, we've got all sorts going on throughout half term, haven't we?
We have.
We are doing a special celebration of the Arts Award, which we are doing for children between the ages of 5 and 12. And every day throughout the half-term holidays, we're going to have something different going on at the library. So on the Wednesday, for example, we've got a rock school going on, so people can come and learn to play the drums, play the guitar, have a bit of a sing-along and take part in a concert at the end of the day. And we're doing that in conjunction with Jopson Music Academy, who are based in Preston as well. And we're going to be doing some origami one of the days, and we're going to have an arty party on the Friday for Halloween.
Right.
So yeah, we've got all sorts going on for half-term, so hopefully lots of people will turn up and get involved, and we'll make some mess and some noise in the library.
I was just going to say, if you'll excuse the pun, but particularly the Wednesday sounds music to the ears of parents out there.
Absolutely,
if they know they can bring the children along and let them make lots of noise at the library, that sounds like quite a good deal.
Absolutely, yeah.
So tell us a little about that then. That's going to start at what time on the Wednesday?
It's going to start at 9 o'clock in the morning, but we're booking places in advance because it is limited numbers. So if they pop along to the Harris Library, or if they get in touch with Jopson Music Academy, then they can book their child's place.
And Jopson Music Academy, is that in Preston?
It is, yeah. It's run by Chris Jopson, and they came to our Arts Award Day, which was on Saturday just gone. So thank you if you came along to that. We had about 50 families come along, and they had to go all different kinds of things. We had clay painting, we had badge making.
Yes.
Yeah, Jaz ran the badge making absolutely fabulously. We had face painting, we had the Music Academy, we had storytelling, we had rocket building. It was all going on at the library.
Yeah, it's pretty compact.
And so Jopson Music Academy came along and did a free session for us, and everybody got really involved and did some samba drums and got really, really noisy in the library, and everyone was dancing. So they're coming along to do a full day for us.
So you're hoping to have the children there with all the instruments, and then at the end of the day try and put something together that will sound like an orchestra.
I hope so, yeah.
Sounds like a good idea, that.
Yeah, it should be good fun, yeah.
So have you done that before, or is this going to be a first?
It's a first for us.
Wow, this would be really interesting to see what the children can come up with and put something together at the end of the day.
Definitely, yeah.
And Jaz, I understand you're a volunteer, is that right? At the so how did you get involved as a volunteer at the Harris?
Well, what I did, I wanted to do some volunteering outside of school, so I just popped in at the library and I got involved for a year and a half. And then I got called back for the Hijackers. So then we wanted to kind of make a group of young people to get more young people within the library. And we kind of want to do events within the library. So
what's the Hijackers?
It's basically a young group of people, and its age range about 16 to 25.
Yeah.
And so what we want to do is we're going to put events on in the library to get more young people to go to the library every so often. The things that we've done Talk Nerdy to Me in May, which was really, really good outcome.
Yeah, that was like a Comic-Con style event. Yeah, we had about 600 people come to that, which was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
That really is good, isn't it?
We did that in conjunction with UClan, and Jaz and the other Hijackers helped out with that. They were absolutely fantastic. Made it all run smoothly on the day.
Right.
Yeah, we had loads of stalls out for comics, and we had talk going up in stairs, so it was really good.
It's really cool.
So what about, there'd be lots of young people probably listening in who want to volunteer, but I wouldn't imagine that many people would think about probably volunteering at the library or the museum. So what is it that you love about being a volunteer there?
It has so much to offer. Like you think you would go to the library and you would just kind of stack shelves and kind of get people to issue books out and discharge them, but it's a lot more than that, because you get involved with the activities going on throughout the week, and there's all sorts going on, like crafts for kids, and there's like board games going on for kids as well. So that goes on, is it on a Friday?
On a Saturday we've got Board Games Club, 2 till 3.
Yeah.
So is it the kind of hands-on that you like, the approach, it's hands-on into getting involved with the children and the parents and that who comes along? Is that really good?
Yeah, it's really good to see kind of the kids smiling once you've kind of helped them to create something really good for them, and it's really enjoyment for them and for us as well, because it's kind of makes us happy to help them.
Right. Yeah. And is there an event coming up with quite an intriguing title called Hijack the Library?
That's the name of our group, Hijack the Library.
Is that right?
And their idea is that, like Jaz was saying, that we want to get more young people involved in libraries. So they're going to be doing all sorts of things. They've started a film club already, which started on the Arts Award Day that we had last Saturday. So we showed The Little Mermaid, and we are starting with a season of Disney films, aren't we?
Yes,
sing-along ones. So we're putting those on once a month. And what else are we doing, Jaz?
We want to do kind of loads of themes throughout the film club. So we want to do sci-fi, more Disney, but it's gonna not be sing-along because it's like 2 categories.
And we're going to do some theme nights as well.
Yeah.
So we want to put on like a Doctor Who night and maybe a Jane Austen night we were thinking of, and get
really
loads
good.
of people involved in different areas.
Well, it certainly sounds great because, as you say, it's a nice way of attracting people, isn't it? And are you finding more young people are coming into the library to attend, when they find out what's happening? I suppose one of the biggest issues is letting everybody know what's going on. This is a brilliant way of doing it on the radio. But is that one of the challenges for you, is being able to get the word out there to families?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of teenagers think of the library as somewhere where you have to be quiet and you're not allowed to answer your mobile phone and you're not alled to take your friends and you've got to do your homework there, and you can do all of those things.
Do you mean you can answer the phone in the library?
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow.
You can talk as loud as you like. We do have some quiet areas though if you do want to come in and study. But yeah, it can be quite difficult to get the word out to people, and we're also looking to recruit more people to our Hijack the Library group, because we've got 6 people at the minute, but we want to do bigger and bolder events all the time, so we need more people to come and get involved.
Right. And have we mentioned the Fun Palace?
That was the 4th of October.
That's the 4th of October. And then, as you said, the other things that are coming up, there's also the Taster 4 to 12 year olds for the Arts Award that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
And how will that work out? What will the young people do towards the Arts Award? Is it kind of doing their own thing, and who knows, we might find the next budding modern day painter here in Preston?
Yeah, absolutely, we hope so. The Arts Award's an accredited qualification, and it starts with Discover and Explore, which are the 2 stages aimed at 4 to 12 year olds, and then it goes on to Bronze, Silver and Gold. And when you're getting up to those stages, it adds things like UCAS points, so it can be really something special to get involved in, and it can help your university applications as well. We have people in the library and the museum that assess all the different stages, but just for this half term we're concentrating on the first 2, which is Discover and Explore. And basically we want anyone to explore their creativity in it, so it's not necessarily just painting, just drawing. Doesn't matter if you can't draw, you can still do the Arts Award if you're a great dancer or a performer or even a great storyteller, anything like that. We want you to come along and get involved. It should be really good.
And how is the best way for people to find out? Is it by going to the website? Is there a designated website where people can find out, about all the things happening there now they can get involved?
Yeah, there is. There's a website dedicated to the Arts Award if people want to know more information about that. That's just artsaward.co.uk. But if they come into the library, we've got notice boards with everything that's going on, and we should also have things going on our What's On guide, which you can find on the library website, which is lancashire.gov.uk/libraries.
And just remind us again, so that our listeners can put it in the diaries and get the children along there. Some of the events then we've just talked about, the dates again and the times.
Yes, we are going to be doing something every day in October half term, which is the 25th of October to the 2nd of November. And it's going to be starting in the morning and probably lasting for most of the day, every single weekday. The music school is on the Wednesday, and the arty party is on Halloween, which is Friday the 31st, of course.
That's going to be really good.
Yeah.
And the hours of opening?
We are open. Right. 9 o'clock until 7 on a Monday, Wednesday and Friday. 9 until 5 on a Tuesday, a Thursday and a Friday, and then 11 till 4 on a Sunday.
There we are. So you see, you can go along there. And do the two of you and the others, are you constantly looking for new things to put on and new ways to engage young people and get them in there?
Absolutely. The idea of when we set up Hijack the Library was because we didn't want to tell teenagers and young people what they wanted out of their libraries. We wanted them to come to us and tell us what they wanted. So if anybody has any ideas for anything at all that they'd want to put on and they just need a venue for it, then maybe they haven't considered the library, so they should definitely get in touch and see what we can do.
Well, it's been lovely meeting you this afternoon.
And you.
Thank you for coming in. That's Victoria and Jaz from the Harris Library here in the centre of Preston, and look forward to meeting you again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Made by people like you.
Your community.
Your radio.
Your Preston FM.